This Commonwealth country is the second largest in the globe. However, the majority of that property is undeveloped. One of Canada's biggest draws is its absolutely huge stretches of nature, where you can actually get lost. Its national parks are very huge, with breathtaking views. Mountaineering, hiking, boating, swimming, and cycling are just a few of the activities available to outdoor enthusiasts. Visit Banff National Park to see grizzly bears, ski Whistler's powdery slopes, or sample some of Vancouver's freshest wild salmon. There is something for everyone in Canada. You may discover Canada's culture and history away from its breathtaking natural beauty, which includes the Great Lakes region. Explore Quebec's francophone area, Vancouver's gleaming skyscrapers and pockets of East Asian culture, Toronto's magnificent Victorian architecture, and Ottawa's shadow-style great railway hotels and neo-Gothic public buildings. With this list of the finest locations to visit in Canada, you can plan your vacation to this beautiful tourist destination in North America. Here are the best places to visit in Canada. 1. Calgary. Calgary, Alberta's largest city, is nestled between the Canadian prairies and the Canadian Rockies foothills. Calgary grew into one of Canada's greatest metropolitan regions after oil was discovered nearby in the early 1960s, luring thousands of visitors each year to its world-famous rodeo event, the Calgary Stampede. While Calgary is divided into various communities, the economic, entertainment, and shopping sectors are concentrated in the downtown core. Two popular pedestrian zones are Stephen Avenue Walk and Barclay Mall. A considerable number of skyscrapers in Calgary have observation decks with spectacular views of the city and the Rocky Mountains. The Bow and Calgary Tower are the most well-known. A world-class zoo, amusement parks, botanical gardens, and a hands-on science center are among the many family attractions. The Calgary Stampede, an Old West event conducted over 10 days in July with rodeos, chuckwagon races, parades, and competitions, is the most famous of the city's yearly music, film, and dance festivals. 2. Churchill. Churchill may be a little town with only 1,000 residents, but its most renowned residents, the polar bears, bring big crowds every year. Churchill, known as the polar bear capital of the world, is located on the Hudson Bay shore in Manitoba. Churchill is also a great spot to see beluga whales, birds, and the aurora borealis, in addition to polar bears. In Churchill, the best months to see polar bears are October and November, when the bears come to the coastlines in search of marine food. For the safety of both people and bears, the tourism business provides tours and vehicles known as tundra buggies. During the summer, tour companies take visitors out on the ocean to witness the thousands of beluga whales that migrate here. Some people even put on swimsuits and go whale watching. Churchill is also a birdwatcher's paradise, with over 270 kinds of birds. Every summer, thousands of birders go to the area to see species such as snowy owls, gyrfalcons, stilt sandpipers, and tundra swans. Churchill is also a great place to watch the aurora borealis, often known as the Northern Lights. The best time to visit this natural wonder is usually between January and March. The main modes of transportation to Churchill are airlines and trains. Winnipeg and Thompson have train connections. 3. Cape Breton Island. Cape Breton Island, located in northeastern Nova Scotia, was previously its own sovereign colony before being forced to unite in 1820. It is the only spot in North America where you may hear Gaelic spoken, with a variety of traditional Scottish music events on offer, as it attracted thousands of Scottish expats in the early 19th century. A substantial French population coexists with the Scots on Cape Breton, with the 18th century fortress of Louisbourg serving as a key draw. The comfortable combination of cultural influences is enhanced by an interesting Mi'kmaq community. Seeing whales here is an unforgettable experience. At the northern tip, which you can reach by boat or kayak excursion, sightings are almost guaranteed. The scenery alone is worth the trip. The highlight of the park, with its fantastic Cabot Trail and beautiful vantage sites, is certainly Cape Breton Highlands National Park. Don't forget about the picturesque fishing villages like Bay St. Lawrence, where you'll find delicious seafood. 4. Ottawa. Ottawa, Canada's capital city, is situated at the confluence of 3 rivers and is home to the country's 6th largest population, and increasing. The city is unusually bilingual. Don't be shocked if you hear a mix of English and French, both are spoken as first languages. Ottawa, formerly known as Bytown, was a lumber town in the mid-19th century, with many mills built along the Ottawa River. Today, it is a lovely green city with lovely parks and waterways. Summer biking is popular, and some trails are converted to ski trails in the winter. The Rideau Canal, which runs directly through the heart of the city, is a must-see. In the winter, the canal is transformed into the world's largest ice skating rink. The Byward Market is one of the most important places to visit. If you like history, though, you're in for a treat. While Ottawa is not Canada's designated cultural capital, it is home to numerous magnificent historic structures, including the National Library and Archives, the world's fourth biggest library. Ottawa, being the nation's capital, is home to a number of federal institutions, including Parliament Hill, where the ceremonial changing of the guard takes place every day during the summer. 5. Whistler. The Whistler Resort is North America's largest and most famous alpine ski destination, thanks to two beautiful mountains known as Whistler and Blackville. Whistler is a 2-hour drive from Vancouver along Canada's most gorgeous highway, the Sea to Sky Highway, in the Coast Mountains of British Columbia in Western Canada. Whistler Village, Creekside, and Upper Village are located at the base of the two mountains. From the communities to the slopes, the peak-to-peak gondola transports guests. Whistler started out as a little timber village. Following the 1960 Winter Olympics in Squaw Valley, a ski resort on London Mountain was created as a potential venue for the 1968 Winter Olympics. However, it wasn't until the 2010 Winter Olympics that this was accomplished. London Mountain was renamed Whistler Mountain in an attempt to distance itself from its deceptive name, which was inspired by the whistle-like sound emitted by the local hoary marmots. Whistler now has a number of world-class ski resorts and offers breathtaking vistas from its mountain slopes, attracting explorers year after year. The mountains provide excellent hiking and rock climbing options in addition to winter activities. 6. Vancouver Island. Vancouver Island is the largest island off the coast of North America, named after the British explorer George Vancouver. It's a really picturesque island surrounded by Pacific oceans, with shimmering lakes, magnificent waterfalls, magical fjords, and glacier mountains popularly explored by hikers. The weather attracts outdoor enthusiasts. It boasts Canada's mildest climate. The stunning Butchart Gardens, the surf resort of Tofino, and the wildness in the north, where one may board a ferry to Prince Rupert and then another to Alaska, are the island's most well-known attractions. Vancouver Island is also a haven for animals. It not only has some of the best whale watching in the world, but it's also a terrific place to see birds and grizzly bears. You can really soak up the wonder of the outdoors because the island is lightly populated, with the majority of the population living in Victoria, BC's capital. Strathcona Provincial Park, which contains the majority of the island's stunning beauty, is one of the best spots for a nature walk. Visit Cathedral Grove and its old forest, or play a round of golf on one of the many excellent courses. 7. Quebec City. Quebec City, the capital of Quebec Province in eastern Canada, has a wonderful European village feel to it because of its French heritage, architecture, and language. Via Quebec, the city's historic district, is perched on a hill overlooking the St. Lawrence River and is the only North American city to maintain its original walls. A stroll through the old city's cobblestone alleyways will lead you to ancient sites such as the Citadel and the Place Royale, where explorer Samuel de Champlain established the first North American French town. The old city is densely packed with cafes, shops, and taverns. The beautiful Chateau Frontenac, the city's emblem, is regarded as North America's most photographed hotel and provides excursions even without an overnight stay. The Ice Hotel is another stunning hotel. This unique hotel, which is open from January to April, has rooms with magnificent ice sculptures. Several attractive and historic parks, such as Montgomery Falls and Plains of Abraham, are located outside of the city center and offer breathtaking waterfalls, outdoor activities, and local history. 8. Toronto. With over 3 million citizens, the enormous city of Toronto is Canada's most densely populated city. Toronto, which is located on the banks of Lake Ontario, is part of the Golden Horseshoe region, which extends from the lake to Niagara Falls. Toronto, the provincial capital of Ontario, is also one of the world's most multicultural cities, with just under 100 ethnic communities calling it home. It's one of the few localities in Canada where more than half of the population isn't Canadian. However, it is this melting pot that gives Toronto its identity. Some street signs are printed in multiple languages, and each community has its own particular cuisine. The inner city, with its towering skyscrapers and thousands of multicultural restaurants, has an abundance of culture. The CN Tower, the world's highest freestanding structure, is one of the most famous tourist attractions. Its observation deck, skypod, and 360 restaurant provide a stunning unbroken view of the city, but the ride up in the glass-enclosed elevator alone is worth it. 9. Montreal. Montreal is the second largest city in Quebec, situated at the confluence of the St. Lawrence and Ottawa rivers. Montreal is the cultural capital of Canada, with modern street art, an enthusiastic breed of musicians, and a tremendous party scene in its younger portions. It's also one of the most varied, vibrant, accepting, and forward-thinking cities in North America. While English is spoken, it is not the most popular language. In fact, it is the second largest city outside of France where French is spoken as a first language. It's easy to see how it gained the moniker of Paris of North America. The cityscape of Montreal is beautiful all year round. It's especially lovely in the autumn when the trees around the iconic cityscape turn a magnificent burnt orange. With cobblestone lanes, charming museums, and historical buildings dating back to the 17th century, Old Montreal is a must-see. Don't miss the opportunity to climb the clock tower at the Quai des Horloges for spectacular views over the St. Lawrence River and the city beyond. The downtown subterranean complex, the Carrefour Laval Mall, and the colorful Bonseckers Market are all exciting retail centers. 10. Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls is a sequence of 3 spectacular waterfalls on the boundary of Ontario, Canada, and New York, United States. Horseshoe Falls, on the Ontario side of the falls, has the finest views and most attractions. The region around the falls is a popular tourist destination, with viewing towers, restaurants, souvenir stores, casinos, and high-rise hotels. Its sister city, New York, is known as the honeymoon capital of the globe, and is one of the few places in the world where you can receive a marriage license immediately. With a broad list of intriguing things to see and do, those seeking both romance and adventure can find it here. Queen Victoria Park, where the falls are illuminated and fireworks are exhibited nightly throughout the summer, is one of the best spots to watch the Niagara Falls on the Ontario side. With helicopter flights, jet boat tours, an observation deck next to Skyline Tower, and elevators that take you down under the falls, you can see them from above or below. 11. Vancouver. Vancouver is one of the country's most populous cities. It's a well-known gastronomic hotspot in southwestern British Columbia, especially for seafood like its famous freshly caught prawns and wild salmon. Due to the city's melting pot of ethnicities, there is no shortage of diversified food, making dining out one of the city's basic, but far from undervalued joys. Stanley Park is the main attraction in Vancouver. This park, which spans 1,000 acres of woodlands, gardens, and green spaces, includes an aquarium, a water park, and the scenic seawall. Granville Island's spectacular food market, Chinatown's colorful assortment of stores, restaurants, magnificent gardens, and Canada Place's waterfront complex housing the Vancouver Convention Centre are just a few of Vancouver's other must-see attractions. Vancouver is known as the Hollywood of the North due to its thriving television and film industry. It also has the world's 4th largest cruise liner terminal. Every year, up to 900,000 passengers pass through the terminal, with many cruises continuing on to Alaska. Vancouver has been named one of the best cities to live in the world, having both beaches and ski slopes within close reach. Vancouver is a popular location for outdoor sports, with its happy, tanned residents spending their days rollerblading, jogging, and dog walking along the seawall or playing volleyball on Kitsilano Beach. Don't miss out on the opportunity to swim in Canada's longest pool, which is over 3 times the size of an Olympic pool. If you enjoy this video, please consider subscribing for more content like this. Thanks for watching.